Creswick, Chemcho, Salaman Pagi Avakava, Asante Sana Bawana, Talofa. G'day, how are you? Today's the 1st of May, Sunday the 1st of May, 2022. And I'm currently located in Creswick, Victoria. Now I'm staying at a Creswick holiday park or caravan park. This is my second night. I arrived Friday, today's Sunday. But last night at about 4:45, or maybe a little bit earlier, 4:40, I could swear that I heard a yowie whooping. I won't say it too loud because it's still morning, but there was it didn't go high at the end, but there was a constant for about 6 seconds at a time, and it happened about 5 or 6 times. Added to that, at the same time it was whooping, there was a dog going off. It was just off its tits. Quite close to it. I heard the yowie over, you probably can't see, in this direction, which is the edge of the lake. There's a diving board here, which is, I believe, west, or generally west. So it was in a northerly direction. I'm standing at the top of the picnic table area at the lookout at the lake, but it was north, and it sounded as though it was 200 metres away, maybe 300 metres away. It could have been a little bit further because I know that the voices do travel some distance, but it wasn't ultra loud, but it was loud enough to hear within a kilometre easily. It wasn't some sort of animal, it was a human whoop. It was very pronounced, very clear. And I just noticed, those of you who know about fairies and goblins and pixies, the 1st of May is actually one of the 4 days of the year which the fairies bury their dead. Whether that technically is tonight or last night, I don't think the fairies care anyway. But yes, I'm a believer in fairies and goblins and pixies as well. All creatures of the underworld, I'm totally open to believing. I've had various experiences with yowies. I've been grunted at. A couple of times I think things were thrown at me. I've seen a emerging or a shape-shifting face as well for 1 second, or probably half a second, and I've seen a shape-shifting male being for at least 3 seconds walking towards me. And as I say, I've been grunted at. That grunt, which is a couple of years ago, was a deep guttural grunt. And that was up around the hills of the Dandenong Ranges. But this is the first time I've heard whoops. And I was quite scared actually. Even those few hundred metres away. These are wild hominoid beings. You just don't. You just know straight away that firstly they are a wild hominoid, bipedal human, and secondly we're totally outsmarted, outwitted even with strength and how fast they run. But I believe definitely there was a Yowie. Of course, there's various types of Yowies. There's Injun and Turramurri, and I can't think, it's early morning. Jonjari or Jonjari, but it did sound male. It could have been female, perhaps, but this whoop did sound male. But then again, it could have been a female. I've never lived with them or seen them. I've never had one male and one female Yowie stand next to me whoop at the same time, so I can't make a comparison. But yeah, very interesting. And I just looked up the website for Australian Yowie research, and there was actually a sighting in Creswick off, I believe, the Midland Highway by a woman who was driving with her daughter heading towards Ballarat, and that was in January of 2020. So yeah, they're out here. I know it was a Yowie. For all the stories I hear about Yowies and the description of whoops, etc., that aligns with a Yowie whoop. But I was a bit taken I haven't really sort of explored the bush north where I heard the Yowie. Now, this woman who saw a Yowie says that it was on the side of the road with its back towards her. Yes, there is bush along the highway, but there's more dams, and this is a swimming pond and swamps and marshes as well. And there's a railway line that runs through to Clunes railway station. But it was this side of the railway line. But yeah, there must be bush further along. I don't really know this area well, but there's definitely bush down here behind me. If you can see there, bush all along. Bush all along there, so there is some pine trees down here which you noticed, and I got a bit of an odd feeling yesterday when I went for a walk, but also when I walked around the lake here I saw an arch. Yowies bend branches and make an arch. It's like a gateway, it's like a pixie gateway, but it was a thin sapling about, I don't know, 15 metres long, and it was bent from ground to ground, from bench, or maybe a couple of feet up. No, well, it was a tree bent over, so still the root was still in, but it was bent right over and the other end was touching the ground. And I saw that yesterday, and that's basically directly behind the that blue shelter, or the white building there in the forest. Probably the white building just in that little forest before the railway line. I saw that bent tree, but there was a bit of a horizontal branch as well, but I don't think that was made by Yowie. I think it was only the bent tree, because that branch, the horizontal beam, it was right next to it, and normally they're not right next to each other. Possibly they can be, but that just looked like a fallen branch, that that horizontal branch. But yeah, definitely at least 6 whoops, and I was even hearing not only dogs barking, but some sort of wild dog, like it sounded like a coyote or something similar. I'll have to, but it wasn't a normal dog, it was a howling, like a wolf or a coyote howling, and I heard that dog or pack of dogs howling right throughout the night. But there was various dogs in the neighbourhood just going barking mad, but there was during the night for about a 3-hour period. But when that Yowie whooped, there was a dog which was quite close to it. It sounded, as I say, just going right off. And of course, dogs have got a massive, greater sixth sense. So yeah, interesting. I sort of half expected something to happen around here before I came up, so I wonder if tonight I'll hear the same thing. Alright, I'll let you guys and girls go. You take it easy. There, I might include that bent branch footage. I filmed it yesterday. I'll have to do a little bit of editing. I need a coffee. I'll see you later. So it was around about 300 metres north of the Creswick caravan park. When I checked my phone, it was 4:47, but that was a couple of minutes afterwards. And the total length of the 6 whoops from the first to the last was probably a span of about 5 minutes. But I heard other strange noises, especially dogs, or wolves howling, or some sort of canine howling, or various canine families howling. But they do imitate animals as well, other animals, these Yowie Sasquatch creatures. So anyway, I'll let you go. See ya. Be safe. Be prepared. That's an arch. Next to it a broken branch, but that arch is deliberate.